Welcome back to Alpha Tactics. So, race gun, normal pistol, or combat pistol? Which one's right for you? Today, we want to go over that and kind of give you an understanding of why certain pistols might be, or one of these categories might be better than the other at different things. And also why you should have all three anyway and just carry whichever one depending on the day. But let's start off with the beautiful Springfield Prodigy. Now this is what I would classify as a race gun just because the thickness of the lower here to match the slide, how easy that action is and really smooth it is, and helps stay on target. That way you can keep hitting your target really fast and move on to your next one. We'll talk about why that might be different from something like a combat pistol, like the FN here, where there's not as many moving parts, not hammer fired, no manual safety, nothing like that. Just simply red dot cut and a spot for a light. And obviously you can change your triggers if you want to. Also, threaded barrel. And how that might be also different from just your standard pistol. Nothing crazy about this one, no threaded barrel, no optic cut, just iron sights, a magazine, and a trigger. And a trigger safety, because this one also doesn't have a manual safety, which we were just talking about that. You can hardly even find a gun anymore with a manual safety. So maybe they're just unnecessary, I don't know. But we're gonna talk about why these are different and which ones you should carry. All right, for starters, the Glock, or the AKA the Brick. Nothing special, nothing fancy about this gun, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. When you wanna count on a gun to reliably cycle and keep you alive, this is gonna do the job. Hands down. But one thing I want you guys to notice before we get into it is the muzzle flip on each of these guns. Seeing how a lot of them are, all these guns are going to be different as far as weight of different parts of the gun. I want you to notice the muzzle rise and kind of how much this gun, or how easy it is to get this gun back on target. And something else to think about, if you got a Glock and you run out of ammo, all you gotta do is throw it. Up next, FN 509 Tactical, more of your combat pistol. So the reason why they say combat pistol, because we're threaded for a suppressor or a brake or whatever you want to put on it. We got a little Picatinny rail section, which all of these have, for a light or laser, whatever you want to put down there. And then it's cut for a red dot. And on this, you've also got suppressor height iron sights, so they peek through that red dot and they look over whatever suppressor you put on it. Any gun that typically has all those features, considered a combat pistol. We've also got a 20 round mag that comes standard with this one. Different other pistols are different, not all of them come with that. Like I said, notice the muzzle flip. Very nice gun to shoot. So one thing I did notice, and I'll show you here in just a second, the FN actually did seem to have a little bit more of a recoil impulse, and I think that could be the design on the grip, but we'll go over that here in just a second. Up next, Springfield Prodigy. Now I would consider this more of a race gun and also a combat pistol, but it's not threaded and it's got that real thick bull barrel on it, so I really keep it along the lines of the race gun variety. And that slide is butter. That gun has zero muzzle flip. All right, so what I was mentioning was, if you notice that grip angle along with that little bit of curve right there at the bottom for your pinky, the FN has a little bit more of a steeper grip angle, or I guess more if you say a vertical grip angle, but there's nothing down there for your pinky to press against and maybe keep that muzzle down just a little bit. So I think that might play a huge part in keeping your muzzle down, like I said. So just a little thought, that could be why that is. I may be a little bit more used to the Glock, so could be that too. Now this, with that mag wheel, which I highly suggest anybody that gets the Prodigy gets one of those staccato mag wheels for it, but that also gives your pinky somewhere to sit, and that grip being that much textured, you're not letting go of it. Not only that, you can use your safeties right here as a little paddle to rest on. So that's how a lot of race guns are set up, because they want you to be that way. Now, what are the benefits of carrying either one of these? So this gun is heavy. Most race guns are going to be very heavy, and to me, not really the best for carry. People do it. I'm not knocking anybody that does it. It's still a good gun to carry, especially you're getting the reliability of a 1911 style design out of that one. Now with the 509, it's also an awesome carry gun, excuse me. They make smaller versions of this, the compact, the subcompact, and I think it's just like a mid-size version of it. So 509 is also known to be a very reliable gun, very good carry gun. If you want to carry a full size but rather than a compact, well, there you go. Super awesome. Now let's talk about the pros and cons of carrying a combat pistol. Carrying a pistol, you're not going to care for that threaded barrel. It's not going to matter. You're not going to need it. It's extra. It's added length out there on the end. It's really not going to, you don't need it. Some could argue you don't need the red dot. I think it's a great thing to have. I also like how these irons co-witness, along with the race guns irons, will co-witness with that red dot, so that makes it a little bit nicer in case your dot fails or runs out of battery, either way you look at it. I also like how these are ambidextrous for the most part on your slide drop and your mag release, so that's pretty nice. Flashlight, always a great thing for a carry gun for target identification. So for the most part, this is going to do you really well. Is it necessary? No. Are there better options out there? Yes. If we're being honest, and you're just carrying, apart from having a flashlight, because I think you should always have one, you're going to be better off just going with something like this. Find one that fits you, find one that suits you. Not everybody likes Glock. There's haters against Glock, I understand. But as far as just reliability, functionability, and being ease of carry, go with something like this, or smaller than this, that'll be a little bit easier to put in your holster, or however you do it, and not be seen, and be very easily accessible, and you don't have to have all those extra intricates to worry about snagging on something or anything like that. So super good choice. Do what you want to do. Me personally, my favorite out of the three, I love a good combat pistol, mainly because I have a suppressor and it's really fun to run that way, but it also is aesthetically very pleasing. But that's just my opinion. You guys do with that what you want to. Everybody has an opinion, and none of them really matter, so it's all about what you think. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. We do appreciate all the support. We hope to bring you guys some more content here soon in the future. We'll see. We got some ideas on things we want to do, but for now, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.